Welcome back to Dragons Live. We met our new soccer coach to start us off, so we decided to catch up with head volleyball coach Tammy Blake to learn about her team's start in the always brutal Northern Sun. Tammy, thanks for joining us today.
Thanks for having me.
Talk to us a little bit about Media Day when you described your team as the new Dragon volleyball team. What did you mean by that, and tell us about kind of some of the personnel that make that true.
Yeah, well, last season we graduated 5 seniors in the program, and so that was a lot to graduate, and we had redshirted a lot of our incoming freshmen last season. And so with the new recruits that we have coming in, plus the ones that we redshirted, there's not a lot of game experience with those starters that you see out there within the program. Some of the new kids we have are Taylor Leesmeyer, for example, who's a junior college transfer from Lincoln, Nebraska.
Nice.
So yeah, we're excited with her to be in the program. She brings some experience and adds some depth because we graduated 2 middles last season. The other kids are like Courtney Sabichka, who's one of the top 100 players, in the state of Minnesota. So she's taken over that role on the outside as a starting outside for us. Another kid in the program that is taking over, she's been in the program, but Monica Vega is taking over the libero role.
Definitely.
Monica coming out of Ada Borup, we've had some really good liberos in the past from there with Katie Ness being an All-American for us and Libero of the Year. And you know what? Monica's stepping up and filling those shoes pretty well. So we're excited. So we hope that Ada keeps producing those type of kids that we can go after. So yeah. Carly Mislowski from Underwood, is a returner, so we're fortunate to have her. She's one of our captains this year, so she's, stepping up into that role pretty well. Sarah Hagler is a redshirted freshman from Candu, was Class B Player of the Year, and she's taken on the other middle position, and she's doing a great job in there, just learning the speed of the game, I think getting adjusted to that. And then our quarterback, our setter, is Michaela Wenzel, who was state champion at Chaska High School. So she's taken over that setter role, and she's stepping up to the plate with that as well. So. And
I had the fortune of running PA for one of our last games, and I remember reading through the lineup, seeing a lot of redshirt freshmen to start that, and then you had a couple of road trips that you got some good competition in. Tell us a little bit about what you learned about this young team at those tournaments.
Yeah, so started out the year, we went to Iowa and played there and went 3-1 down there, and that was really, really good competition for us down there. We felt that the one area that was pretty strong for us was our ball control, which is our passing and our defense. And if you have that, you should be able to, add the offense along with that. Areas we need to improve on are our blocking. We have to get a little bit better with that side of the game. Maybe being a little bit more aggressive on the serving end. Then the next weekend we head to Wisconsin. A little bit tougher competition down there for us. Ended up 2-2, but easily could have been 3-1 in that situation. And again, went back to, we could be a little bit stronger on the blocking side. We felt our defense and our passing kept us in the game. Offense, there's some things we need to tweak in that and certain serve-receive rotations, but we'll get there. They're learning every day as we go along. I also have a new coaching staff this year. That was the other thing I meant by that. Yeah, so we have Madison Halterman, an Omaha girl, so we got a little Nebraska theme going on here. She went to Tennessee State. She was Libero of the Year there, so she really helps out on that ball control and defensive side for us as well. And then I have Bob Jones, and Bob comes with a lot of experience. He was at North Dakota State as an assistant. He was on that staff when they took like second in the nation when the NCC was still around. So has that kind of experience, and then he's been over at Concordia for the last 15 years. And so he comes with a lot of experience, and a lot of knowledge of the area and recruiting, and so really excited to have those two on staff as well. So it feels like I have a new job, Webby.
Hopefully it's an easier job with those two around.
Yes, they do make it a lot easier, and so it feels like I have a new job, but I go to the same office every day and stuff. But it's been fun and definitely a growth year for us. A situation I have not been in the 22 years that I've been here, with having a whole group of freshmen like this. So it's new for Coach Blake.
New freshmen, new coaches, new year for you. But one thing does stay the same, and it's our league and how tough it is. The last 3 games that you've played were against top 15 teams in the nation in a row. So just tell us about what you learned when you see a young team face high-level competition like that?
Yeah, I think the way to describe it would be peaks and valleys because, we're playing teams that are the top 10 in the nation, and yet you look at one of our scores at Northern State, 23-25, right?
Yeah.
And against Wayne State, who's like 4th in the nation, 23-25 one set, and then the next set, we let them go on a long run of like starting out like 8-1, and then and then battle back from that. That's a long deficit. So our team has to learn to stop the runs, and so I think the best way to describe it is at times we're really, really good, and at times we're not so good, and we need to learn how to, stop those runs. And if we can do that, I think we got some good things going on. So.
And finally, looking ahead, Southwest State, Sioux Falls this weekend. What does the team really need to get some wins on the board, and then looking forward into the NSIC schedule, come out with a good record?
Yeah, I think learning how to stop the runs, we need to become a little bit better with our blocking, and then also just upping our offense a little bit more. And so those are we got to get some more tools in the toolbox with our offense, and if we can do that, that will definitely help close the gap on some of those teams that we're playing that are the ranked teams, and maybe come out with a W. So.
All right, Coach. Well, thanks for joining us here on Dragons Live. Appreciate your time.
Well, thank you for having me. I appreciate it.
Yeah, good luck. All right, let's get into some volleyball highlights for your viewing pleasure. As Coach said, the year began in Iowa at the Country Inn & Suites Invitational. Dragons win 3-2 versus Cardinal Stritch and Waldorf, then fall 2-3 versus Central Methodist. They bounce back with 3-0 wins versus Mount Mercy University before heading to Wisconsin, a 3-1 loss to start against Central Michigan, then 2 wins against Wisconsin teams from Parkside and Lake Superior before falling to Northern Michigan. Now to the highlights. A little slow on your advances there, partner. Yep. It's Dragons versus Minot State, set by Michaela Wenzel to Ellie Rutten for the big kill. Dragons would lead early in the first. Another set by Wenzel leads to a Maslowski kill right cross court. Dragons still ahead by a lot. And here's the match-winning kill by Selbichka. Dragons win in 3 straight sets over Minot State. Dragons would then face the University of Mary and begin a tough 3-game stretch against top 15 opponents in the country. 2 losses there against Mary and Northern State before returning home against Wayne State. Number 4 in the country. We start off well with a kill here by Maslowski in the first set. Dragons tie it up 2-2. Now Ellie Rutten moving around the net gets the big block, 15-10 MSUM in set number 2. But Wayne State would be very tough. Here's Frauendorfer in set 3, takes a nice lead 14-5. And here's a kill by Mariah Halverson from Wayne State, taking 23-13 lead in set 3. Wayne State would just prove too much, winning in 3 straight sets. Vega with 21 digs and Wenzel with 12 assists. Then Augustana comes into Nemzik here. Bailey Cook from Augie, 4-0 lead in the first set with the kill. Michaela Larson gets MSUM back on the map with the kill there. 21-12 Augie in the second set. Lensmeyer here moving along the net, gets a nice block. 6-6 in the third set. And here's Augie, again, too much for a ranked opponent, wins in 3 straight sets.